there. Welcome to Within Living's YouTube channel. My name is Lois, and I'm so happy that you're here. And I do want to thank you for being here. I appreciate you coming here, and I thank you very much for watching my videos. And may I ask of you, would you go ahead and watch it all the way to the end? Why? Because my content is very potent, and it's also layered. And it is my intention in bringing forth these videos that you are truly blessed from the content in it. Not because Lois is saying it, no, but that as you hear it, the soul of you, the consciousness of you, which is the focus of my conversations, will awaken in you and reveal to you your truth that it is taking away from this content specifically for you to help you on your spiritual growth and advance you on your journey. So would you please watch it all the way to the end? And I appreciate that. I want to thank you again for being here. I do appreciate and value you watching my videos. So if you're new here, by the way, welcome here. We love having you here. We're just a community of like-minded people that are on our spiritual awakening journey, and we're all full of love. We really are a loving community of people. We're a very supportive community of people. And so I'm grateful for you for stopping by here, that you were led here. And so may I ask you, just jump on in, join our conversations. If the content here resonate with you, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Subscribe, become a part of our community, and jump on in here with your own love. We're just all full of love, okay? So thank you again for that. So now, about Within Living. With all my conversations, right, whether it's here on YouTube or on my website at WithinLiving.com, my one-on-one coaching, my self-paced courses, and I am releasing a new course very shortly, or my spirituality community, then all my conversations and all my content, right, is going to be, as I said before, very layered and very thought-provoking. Not intentionally, it's just how the source of me brings it out through me. And I'm speaking to a number of different people on different phases of the journey. We're not all at the same place at the same time on our spiritual awakening journey. Some of us are babies. Some of us are teenagers, some of us are 20-something-year-olds, and some of us are seasoned mature on the spiritual awakening journey. But my content is there for all. And that's why I suggest you listen to it, not only to the end, but more than once. Because as you do, your source, the God of you, will reveal to you what you need to take away from it. Okay, and it is always going to be thought-provoking. Yes, indeed. My content is to provoke you. You've been awakened. Your awakening means your soul arising from its dream state as having been dreaming that it was just the human person. It is not. It is awakened to the remembrance. It's nothing new for it. It's just remembering that it is an infinite, divine, eternal being. It is immortal. It is God. It is the source of your very existence. It is remembering that it is already perfect in every way. It is remembering that it is limitless. It has no limits. And so my content is going to always be tapping it up for you and provoking you to say, what is Lois talking about? Or what does she mean by that? I'll provoke you to go back within. Go back within to this consciousness that I'm talking about and seek of it, inquire of it, ask of it. And if you seek it and you ask for it, you're going to find. If you ask, it's going to answer always. Always. And the answer is always instantaneously. Do we always hear it instantaneously? No. Not that we weren't answered instantaneously, but because our focus or our connection with it was not in a place where we could have received the revealed answer to us. But it will come. It is faithful. It will see to it that you receive this answer if indeed you really want to have it. Okay, so having said that now, today I want to bring you another very juicy conversation, right? And today I want to bring you a conversation. I'm not really sure what I'm going to be titling this one yet, but along the lines of provoking you to say to you, you need to begin to trust your divinity. Trust your divinity. You are a divine spiritual being. You actually are God. You are God keyed low, or come in lower form as the Christ child, if you will, as the child, if you will, but you are the exact identical image and likeness of the source of you that lowered itself into the form of you. And you're not the body. And I'm sure that you know that. If you're on my channel and you're watching my content, then I'm sure that even if you're still in religion, if you're still going to church and still affiliated with religion, and nothing wrong with that, but something has awakened in you and is shaking you and saying, wait a minute, there has to be something more than what I'm learning or knowing or experiencing in the religious book. There's just something else going on that I'm really not sure about. That's what your awakening is. And what it is the God part of you, the soul, called the soul. Some call it the spirit, and that's fine. And in the subconscious, in the scientific world, we call that the subconscious mind. That's what it's called in the scientific world. In the spirituality community, they call it soul. And in religion, they call it the spirit. And in life, they call it God. It's all the same thing, right? It is God. So you are God at your essence. So now that you're awakening, pardon me, to remember that your true identity, your true nature is God, is the soul, and not merely the ego or the human experience that you've been having, then you need then to begin to detach more and more and more from the human or egoic limiting perspective of who you have assumed, because you did form an assumption, consciously or subconsciously, of who you have been assuming that you were, and consequently that assumption hardened into the fact or became the physical experience of your life's reality. And then the ego identified with that then as its personality. In your awakening, you're simply reverting back to the recognition of who you are, that you are God, that you are one with God. You're awakening, that your soul waking up and saying, no, I am aware. That's what your awareness is. Who do you believe that you're aware, you're awakening? When you were spiritually, spiritually, I got tight tongue today. When you were spiritually awakened to the realization that you were more, do you really realize and understand that that was not your ego that was awakening to that? The ego wouldn't wake up to something like that, no, because it doesn't want to change. It's the creature of habit. You know how they say humanity, we're creatures of habit? That's the human. We don't want to, that's the ego itself. We don't want to change. Was it your conscious mind? No, because your conscious mind is affiliated with your five senses, who are perceiving everything from the limited physical experience that it is having. So when you had that jolt of your awakening, it was actually your soul, my friend. It was your soul. It was your soul. It was the God of you saying to you, wake up. I'm waking up. I'm waking up to the remembrance. I'm remembering who I really, really am. You know, it brings me to the remembrance myself now of the story in the Christian Bible about the prodigal son. And I'm not sure exactly where in the Bible it's found. It's in the New Testament, I know that. I will document it and put it in in the comments for you. I will tag it in the comments for you if you want to go back and reference it yourself. But the story of that boy, so his father was a king. He was a prince. He came to life having inherited everything that the father had, along with the brother. He had an older brother. And the older brother always was subdued and submissive, if you will, and willing to do whatever the father wanted to do. But he was doing it kind of out of duty to make sure that he was going to get this inheritance, Got to please daddy here, and then I get the rewards. And the younger boy, he decided, well, I'm not going to be doing all of that. I was born in all this wealth. I've been rich all my life. But you know what? I've not really lived my life and explored my life, and I had some experiences I want to have. So I'm going to be taking my inheritance. I'm not going to wait for dad to transition and give me what I would have coming. I'm going to cut it short. And I'm going to take what I have of my inheritance now, and I'm going to go on over to this other place. I'm going to go in another land, another life somewhere, and I'm going to live it up to the maximum most. And the story goes on and says that he did just that. And while he was doing that, he wasn't keeping consciousness of his money, his wealth being depleted. You might wonder, well, how come he wasn't aware that his money was being depleted? Well, what I can share with you is when a person is accustomed to having significant wealth and they're accustomed to expecting that abundance to be there all the time, they don't run around monitoring their checking accounts to see, what is the balance again? Did it go down? Are we having enough? No, they don't. You live in that state of, it's an awareness you have, a consciousness you have within you that I have several $1 million. I'm comfortable. The money's there. It's always there. It's always growing for me. If I lose some today, tomorrow the market will turn back up. It'll come back and I'll even make double. So you're not monitoring it. So that's the mindset that he's at when he's off here in the world, not paying attention to the idea because he's not accustomed. It's not his mindset, pardon me, to pay attention to his money being depleted, because when he was back home with daddy, he didn't care if the money was depleted or not. Why? There was always a supply. So let's say if his personal account ran short, daddy would top it up. He always had a supply. He always expected a supply to be there. So he wasn't minding the money, if you will. So now that he's off out here in this other world, right? And he's carrying on that same habit of not minding the money, but he's just blowing it to the wind out here in this other world. And then he wakes up one day and bam, he wakes up and realizes, wait a minute, the money is not just getting depleted, the money is like gone. There's none. I ran out of money. I don't have any money to live on. I'm like broke. For the first time, he's coming to this realization that, boom, I'm broke. Okay. He goes from broke, so he starts focusing now on, oh my God, I'm broke. I left home. I walked away from dad. I walked away from my inheritance. I walked away from everything that is my birthright. And I've come over here on my own. I've depleted all my funds. And here I am stranded. I'm out here with no support from daddy or anybody else. And all I see before me is the money is depleted. It's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And he's looking, focusing on how much smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller it's getting. And the more he looks at how much it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, guess what? Where his focus goes is that the energy must follow. So the money does become smaller and smaller and smaller until he wakes up one day and he finds out that he's so financially depleted that he has nowhere to live. He can't function. He can't take care of himself. And the story in the Bible goes that he goes off and he's so broke, he's so depleted economically that now he can't even buy food. So he works for some guy that owns a pig farm. And even that becomes depleted to the point where he's slopping around eating the slop that the very pigs are eating, right? And he does this for a while. He does this for a while. My friend, he is still a prince. He is still a prince. His dad is still the king. He still is entitled to be dressed in royal robes. He still is entitled to have an unlimited supply of money in his account at his ready at any time. He still is entitled to be eating the most scrumptious royal meals prepared for him. But no, he's eating the pig slop. This is exactly what is happening in the human experience. That story in the Bible is an analogy, it's a metaphor for how you're living out your human life. So what is happening, let's break it down then and parallel it in the spiritual awakening. In the spiritual awakening, so let me go back to the boy. So when he comes to the end of his senses with eating the pig slop and he jolts, he suddenly wakes up and remembers, wait a minute, what am I doing? My daddy is the king. I am already a prince. I forgot I was a prince. I totally forgot I was a prince. I forgot my daddy was the king. And I came over here to this other world. I took on the identity of this other world. And it led me in a state of utter bankruptcy and despair. But now I've woken up and I've come to my remembrance, and I remember, wait a minute, my daddy is the king and I am still his son. So I am still the prince. And as the prince, I'm entitled to all of the benefits of the inheritance of being the prince. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn me right around and I'm going to go on back home to my daddy, who is the king. And if I need to, I'll humble myself and say, I'm so sorry. I made a mistake. But I woke up and remembered who I am. And here I have come back home. And I've come back home and I'm willing to serve you however I can. I just want to be the prince again and have all the benefits of being the prince. This is the same thing that's going on, my friend, with you and I and our souls and our ego. You see, there's this battle going on. And it's a battle about who is going to be the dominant personality. So you and I, as the soul, when we were asleep and we didn't remember who we were, and we were allowing the ego to take on the identity of our human experience, call that or consider that going off into the foreign land like that prince boy did. And being in the foreign land, living in all the limitations, living in all the rules and regulations of human construct, society, religions, traditions, whatever all those were, and identifying with all of them. And the more we identified with all of them, the real person that we were here, the royal person as the soul, took on the image. It didn't change from being the soul, just like that boy never changed from being a prince. He was a prince. He was born a prince. He's going to die a prince. No matter what he's choosing to do. Take his title away. He's still a prince. So your soul is still God. Your soul is still perfect. Your soul is still pure. Your soul is still infinitely abundant. Your soul is still infinitely intelligent. Your soul is still infinite in power, potential, capacity, ability to be anything. But you are marring it and restricting it from being able to do that because you're dictating to it that, no, this is who I am. I'm over here now, and I'm actually so depleted that I'm working for the guy that owns a hog farm, and I'm tending hogs for him. So I forgot that I forgot who I am over there. This is who I'm being over here. He's taking on the identity. This is the ego taking on the identity of the human experience. The soul does not identify with the human experience. Not at all. It's just an experience. No attachments, no affiliations, right? But the ego, it attaches and it becomes victimized because that's how it forms its identity. So then here, as the soul in your awakening, you're the boy who is the prince here, the prodigal son. And your ego is the personality that you've taken on. The grass looks greener on the other side. So you're going to go do what everybody else is doing because everybody else is doing, so that must be the way to get it done, because that's what they've always told us. That's what they say is the only way to go. Society, religion, tradition, everybody else tells us this is the way to go. So you go over here, you take on this identity. And then when we wake up, and it's usually some form of crisis that we go through that gives us that jolt, that awakens the soul to remember, whoa, wait a minute. I've been taking on your personality. And I've been becoming you. I am still me, but I've been playing out the part of this personality you've been imposing upon me. That was the same awakening that the prodigal boy had when his soul woke him up. He came to his senses and said, what in the world am I doing? My daddy is the king. I am the priest. I am the prince. All royalty is already mine. It's my birthright. It belongs to me. It belongs to me. But I forgot that. And I walked away from it and came to this other land of limitation. It's the same thing when you awaken. When you awaken, your soul is just awakening you and saying, wait a minute, what are you doing? You are royalty. You are the offsprings of the one and only consciousness. Call it the Most High God if you want to do that, if you're religious. But you are one with all that there is. You are one with all consciousness. You are one with the infinite. You are one with the superconscious mind. You're not just one with it. You are it. You are it. And you've fallen asleep and forgotten who you are and taken on this identity of this limiting perspective that you have over here. So wake up now, come out of your sleep, and go back home to the king, to your father, who is the king. And just say, you know what, I'm a little bit sorry, and I'm back here, and I want to be reinstated. I am taking my reinstatement into my birthright position. I am the prince. And I'm coming back to my father. That's what your transformation is about. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. So the boy who is the prince here, he never changed. He's just simply saying to the egoic side of him, I woke up and remember I'm the child, I'm a prince, I'm the child of the king. And so now I don't want to be thinking like you anymore in the limited land where I went and became depleted. So I'm going to deny you. I'm going to deprive you. And I'm going to choose to turn around and take the mindset back to who I was, who I truly am as the prince. I am a prince. And I ain't staying here in this pig slop anymore. No. I am going home to my father, who is the king. And I'm going to say, Father, you know what? I screwed up. I'm sorry. But I'm back here. And I'm back here as the prince. And I'll do any job you want me to do. I never worked before, but now I'll do a job just so I'm back in the house as the prince, getting the benefits of being a prince. And what did the father do in that parable? The father saw the son, say God, the higher aspect of you. The king saw the son coming from afar off, ran to meet him, put upon him a gold ring. A gold ring back in that day was symbolic of your true identity, your position. your authority as an heir to the kingdom. You are an heir to the kingdom. You inherit. You have everything the kingdom has. It's yours too. So the Father put upon him, the first thing was the ring, and then the royal robe, the clothing, symbolic of his position and his stature as royalty. And then he told all them servants, hey, arrange a party. My son is here. I don't care where my son been. I don't care what's happening. My son is back. My son is back. And we reinstated my son to everything that is rightly his. My friend, when you awaken and you honestly choose to take your awakening seriously, and you choose to begin to love yourself enough to make the investment, and yes, it is investment. It may cause you the investment of your time, to spend more quality time with yourself. It may cost you the investment of your time to begin to truly be mindful of your thoughts. It may, pardon me, excuse me, cause you the investment of your money to begin to invest in buying books or taking courses or getting coaching or whatever, to discover or unveil more and more of what is going on within you and how to accelerate your spiritual awakening and come in harmony with your soul. But my friend, you have to recognize that that's the value of you. You are worth it. You are worth it all. And when you realize that you are worth it, that's self-love, that's self-concept. If you have had the concept that you are worth every investment first before investing in the money thing, growing the money, how about you grow you? How about you grow you? Take care of you and the money will come. Take care of you, it's a guarantee the money will come. If you take care of you and prioritize you and invest in you, I guarantee that you the money will come, and the returns of that are exponential. Far more than you can get in the stock market or real estate or whatever else you want to invest it in. Put that investment in you. But take your spiritual awakening seriously and begin to truly embrace and nurture the awakening of your soul. And do the work that is required, not just to know I'm awake and I'm awoke and I'm going to just be. Be what? Be what? Your awakening is to expand, that give the soul the freedom to expand its awareness, its consciousness, in coming back to harmonize with who it truly is as the prince. Yeah? The prince, the child, or offspring of the king, coming back into its place of deity, divinity, royalty. So trust. I started off this video by saying, wasn't sure what I'm going to call it, but along the lines of trust your divinity. Trust your divinity. It is your divinity, the God within you, that has awakened itself from the dream that it was dreaming of its identity in human form, and it wants to expand in its consciousness. Its energy, it has to expand, you see. So it wants to expand and evolve into higher and higher and higher states of its self, expressed through you in human form. I'm asking you to trust it. Trust it. Trust it. Trust it. If you trust it, you will nurture it. If you trust it, you will care for it. If you trust it, you will love it. If you trust it, you will seek it out. You will seek its guidance. If you trust it, you will spend time with it. Just trust it. And when you trust it, you will do unquestionably whatever it prompts you to do, whatever it instructs you to do, whatever it guides you to do, whatever it is telling you that it wants to do. You'll say yes. You'll say yes. And I'm telling you out of experience, personal experience, you could have never picked a better choice. It always seeks your greatest and highest good. It always will bring forth your personal advancement. But you have to trust it. You just have to trust it. So that's it for this video here. Pardon me. Allergies are acting up today, so bear with me on the little thing going on there. But anyway, it was wonderful meeting up with you today. I want to just ask you, go ahead, look in my description box. I'm going to link a number of relevant videos to this video for you to support you on your way. And drop me some comments in the comment box. Let me know if this content is really resonating with you. Let me know if you are really beginning to experience inner shifts of transformation from the information that I bring forth to you. And may I just encourage you, take the time to sit and contemplate it. Don't just hear my video one time and tune them out. Don't treat it like a lesson. It's like a class lesson. It's not. Take it a little more seriously than that. This is the nurturing, the feeding, if you will, of your soul. Nurture it, feed it. Contemplate the content. Ask the questions of your soul. And like I said, trust it. Trust it. And come on back home to it. Come on back home to your divinity. All right? That may be the title of the video, actually. All right. So anyway, that's it for this video. I'll see you in another video soon. And until then, I'm going to say peace. Bye-bye for now. And remember, we're one love. It's just always the one love, people. One love. It's one God. It's one God. We're all the one. All right, so I'm sending that love to you. Take it, saturate yourself with it, absorb it, and go share it. So until next time, bye-bye for now.